British people hearing the news that James Corden is leaving The Late Show and realizing that also means he's returning to the UK. Oh no, you guys played yourself. We're tired of having him, we're shipping him back. Where's our refund? A peasant farmer in the 12th century after I travel back in time and give him a sour cream and onion flavored potato chip. That's right, it would literally trigger an aneurysm. But for reals, imagine surviving off of bread and berries your whole life, and all of a sudden you try the beauty of processed food for the first time. When you're driving and just cross over into the German border. Vroom vroom? Yes, Rico, vroom vroom. Imagine just letting your government implement speed limits. Talk about impeding on my natural born rights. This is actually what real freedom looks like. Me when foreigners immigrate to my state versus me when Californians migrate to my state. We literally are enemy number one at this point. That's why I'm just gonna sell my car and use public transit whenever I do move out of California. Can't let them see my license plate and give away my secret identity. When you realize the Indian guy in a Hollywood movie is actually a Pakistani actor, or how to make 1 billion people despise your movie in less than 3 seconds. Me watching the economy of my country fall after years of corruption and mismanagement spending. At this point, you just gotta embrace the chaos, especially when you tried to stop them, but they did it anyways. In the UK right now, a train is delayed as a cat is sitting on the roof and refusing to come down. I'm gonna miss work because of this thing. Does anyone have a laser pointer? Me on my way to Australia, I'm scared of flying. This is obviously the best route to take. Just directly through the Earth's core. Talk about a one-way shot. Just be careful, once you make it to the other side, you might fall into the sky like a balloon. You might not be ready for the upside down. Hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just make sure to change it up a little. All right, yeah, thanks for that, Somalia. You basically just flipped it upside down and mirrored it. I will say adding the pirates to it was a nice touch though. I cannot believe I am just now noticing the similarities between Croatia and Somalia. Gotta admit, at least Somalia had the balls to completely landlock Ethiopia. Bosnia over here still has a way out, as you can see. We have Czechia, Poland, Slovakia, and Hungary all on the political compass, but oh, I knew that one was coming. Well, at least you still have Slovakia, who's kind of in the center, maybe more towards the authoritarian right, but okay. Every English and Scottish king in history after seeing the results of the latest Northern Irish election. Oh yeah, I kind of heard about that. 900 years of work undone in just 100. The party that seeks unification of Ireland has hailed in a new era. Maybe this has something to do with it. Widest UK road. This actually looks terrifying to drive down just because there's kind of a curve to it. How are you supposed to see who's going to be coming on the other side? I think it helps so that they aren't like driving around giant tanks. We in the US have the opposite problem. We just can't fit in enough lanes. Chinese kids 17 hours into their shift whenever they receive an order for 2,000 Stop Oppression t-shirts. Yeah, that is that's depressing. People in Shanghai when Redditors tell them, just rebel. It's that simple. Why didn't I think of that? Remember the last time they tried to rebel in 1989 in the tenements? No German scientists figuring out how to avoid punishment after WW2. Just go to space. Yeah, just build a spaceship. It's like the first words they say like right when the Americans bust in. I'll get you to the moon. 2 Indians arguing on the internet in English for their native language. This was the British plan all along. They knew exactly what they were doing back in the day. Oh, thank goodness it was just a bad dream. Not only has France disappeared, but so has Belgium and England. We now have a nice big ol' Iberian island and a Scottish island as well. Wait, I almost just missed out they took out Italy too. They didn't hold back with anyone in this meme. Singapore physically versus Singapore economically. They really are just like this tiny little city-state in Asia, and yet don't mess with their economy. They will destroy you. Small, but also quite big. Do you have any history of mental illness in your family? My brother thinks WW1 Germans are no Germans. Ooh. I realize that there's not a whole lot of opportunity in the US to learn about world geography, but this is just one of those things that sometimes I hear people say and I always cringe. I don't know what else to do. When you realize that Atlantis didn't have Christianity, the Crusades knows no bounds. He's gonna poke this shark right here until it starts believing. You only get one unlimited supply of dino nuggies, or France is gone, parentheses, forever. Whew. Now that's a tough one. A few of these were from my subreddit, r/strudernell. Oh god, okay. Probably hasn't, okay, yeah. Versus the Chad, has facial hair, has blonde hair, doesn't have green hair. Facial hair is not Chad enough though. The Giga Chad has a Giga Chad mustache, has black hair, gone through, okay, yeah. I didn't really like that mustache, to be quite honest. I only did it because, well, I did it for the memes. And then I never meant to turn my hair green. That was a complete accident. It's hard to turn blonde hair black, apparently, especially when you buy cheap hair dye. How Hungarians react to their ancestry, 0.000001 German. Oh yeah, they like that. Versus 50% Romanian. Yeah, I actually didn't even know that there was a little rivalry between Hungary and Romania. When did this start happening? That probably sounds really dumb. I'm sure there's centuries of history that explains it. Look how epic this is. Okay, why don't we have like a Tour de France, but with horses? And people have to cosplay, historically, of course. That just kind of adds to it a bit. Is there not a long distance horse race? I know that there are horse races, obviously, but I'm talking about like going cross country. Oh, there is, and it's over 1,000 kilometers in the Mongol Derby. It's literally in Mongolia. How epic is that? Why is this not more famous? This sounds really fun to watch. The entire Russian army after Boris changed his Twitter profile picture to a Ukrainian flag. Putin's like, well, he got us. We literally have to retreat immediately. What a mad lad. The West before the Russian invasion? Definitely the UK trying to choke out the EU, but then there's a little bit of a slight rivalry between the US and EU. Isn't Turkey trying to well, it doesn't really matter. Versus the West after the power of friendship, we can defeat anything. It is literally just like an anime arc. We have a new baddie in town and now everyone has to work together. This is why sometimes I think the best thing that could ever happen to humanity is that aliens invade us, because we'll finally be like, oh, maybe we should stop fighting each other. Although if aliens invade us, we probably have no chance. There'll be a lot of love going on before we all get zapped though. Oh, notice Hungary also is, yeah, they're missing from the second picture. Every company and country ever, we need a cool and unique icon or symbol for us to be recognized easily. Russia, Z. I wonder why Z. It's very odd. I have so many questions about the Z. Mr. President, we found a lot of funny memes about our invasion. So we're winning the information war? Oh yeah, maybe just don't answer that. Is this an edited photo? Or I can't even tell. I've never seen Putin smiling in my life. And maybe this is why. I think I know why he never smiles. It's so terrifying. 26 County Ireland, 32 County Ireland. That equals 1, right? 74 County Ireland. Oh, reverse card. They're gonna bring back that Celtic Empire by 2020 something. 196 country Ireland. Hey, there's a lot of people with Irish ancestry around the world. Maybe they're actually sleeper cells. Wait, I have Irish ancestry. It was me all along. The US government trying not to give billions of dollars in bailouts to the richest people on the planet. Yeah, we don't really do that here. What do you mean, not give them money? That doesn't make any sense. Me defending my Chinese restaurant from the time travelers, claiming to stop the Ligma pandemic of 2032. Ligma was predicted several years ago, but it will be a very big issue in a couple decades. It's like that part, if you've ever played Plague Inc., where it infects everybody, but it has low symptoms, so no one knows. And in the future, at some point, they're gonna start upgrading and making it more and more deadly. The people inside Google Maps looking up to see my cursor block out the sun. Oh no. Not again. And then drop down that little blue guy somewhere for the street view. How absolutely terrifying. Find someone who looks at you the way the Queen of Denmark looks at our Chad PM. Oh, basically the Prime Minister of India. Why is Denmark and India really kind of having a romantic relationship as of recently? I think it all began with this year's r/place. Who knew just a couple pixels could actually bring nations in real life together? Guys literally only want one thing, and it's disgusting. I'll never let you go. I wasn't gonna cover this one, but then I realized this comes from my very own subreddit. I don't really know what that says, but I'm worried about you guys now. Why is this on history? Okay, yeah. The average person from Paris parking their car, just gonna make a little U-turn right here, and I've never been to Paris, but maybe they're too focused on being romantic or something. They don't have time to park their car all perfectly. This could be us, says Poland to Hungary, but you chose Lord Farquaad. This one hits so much deeper than the other romantic one. This one actually goes down to my core. Former Soviet state starter pack. These buildings everywhere, pro-Putin dictator. Larger than life government buildings, horrible borders. Okay, yeah, this is some of the worst borders in the world, Central Asia. Huge flagpole square. And finally, constant protests. Well, I guess it's only been like 30 years. You really gotta give more time than that. Except for the Baltic states, right? 1.4 billion Chinese people after Bhutan doesn't recognize them. They suddenly don't exist. Why can't I literally hear this scream in my head? Bhutan literally Thanos snapped the most populated country on Earth. Just wait till I tell you Bhutan doesn't actually recognize most countries on Earth. How the frick did New York get away with having the sidekick named Newark? That's like some Luigi Waluigi BS. I never even realized how close New York is to Newark. This is like a moderate amount of trolling in the same way Greenland and Iceland is a moderate amount of trolling. 100% real. I mean, if you were gonna put the Mongolian Empire somewhere in the Western Hemisphere, it would definitely be in these states. And you know what? You could probably ride horses for a very long time. It's pretty flat land. This is actually the greatest, because it's just gotta be flat. and then give them a bunch of horses, and there you go. Have one of them pass on their genes to like 1.3 billion people, and you got it. Me, when my GPS tells me I am entering Oklahoma. Oh, I guess this was probably brought to us by Texas Gain. I'm not surprised. Don't cross the Red River. Oh, is this the Brazil you want me to come to in Indiana? Brazil is a city in Clay County, Indiana. Oh, and they probably want me to come to it because there's less than 8,000 people there. They're just trying to increase their population size and maybe get more representation in Congress. Now I feel bad. I guess I will go. French government, we're decreasing vacation time from 6 months out of the year to 5 months out of the year. French people, we're gonna burn the city down. And this is how they keep from being oppressed. They always gotta resort to burning the city down, even if it's just a small thing. Brits, normally on Cinco de Mayo, I sleep. Brits, when they realize Cinco de Mayo celebrates the French Empire losing to some Mexican farmers. Let's go! Bust out with the sombrero, cause we're gonna go crazy tonight. I actually really love this meme. The Brits should celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I think they'd have a fun time. Northerners describing London. Oh, so this is kind of a thing. I'm guessing, yeah. I've seen this across other countries as well. Elon Musk challenging Jeff Bezos to a sword fight after he announced he was going to buy Twitter before him. I live in alternative timeline number 50. Man, why don't we live in this timeline? Sounds like a fun universe. Imagine they broadcast that into every home across the US. That'd be the most watched thing ever. I don't even know who's gonna win. Indians on YouTube writing English titles for their videos in which they exclusively speak in Hindi. I mean, to be fair, the Latin alphabet is, yeah, it's probably right there on their laptop. It's a little bit easier. When a human wins Miss Universe for the 70th time, are the aliens even trying? Man, they must be some really unattractive species up there, because we out here with just the streak. They haven't won once. Psst, France, how about we take Flanders and you take Wallonia? Deal? Or how about we just take France too? I love that the Dutch are literally embracing 50% sea, 50% weed. There was a moment in time where there would be a couple people from the Netherlands that would get mad at me for saying that. I got it from you. You told me to say it. Edward III bans football because the game is distracting men from practicing their archery. British people. This is how they absolutely lose their mind. Is this true though? There's actually been several attempts to ban football from the Middle Ages to the modern day. Yep, Edward III said no person shall practice football. They shall practice with the bow for the reason that the national defense depends upon such bowmen. Oh, they were doing a lot of crazy things back in those days. And big thanks to, by saying this, I agree to be a sussy bucka LuxembourgLover, Drew's Argentinian fat grandpa, nuts, Alex Whitley is Mega Chad,
Alfonso M6,
aPhatNarwhal,
Angel Sono,
Barnsky W,
bringbackpolandball,
XD,
Jocko
Majestic Unicorn,
Marco
Max
Hindera,
Cooper,
Mimoshiki,
ortin5610,
Philipp RF,
Robert E,
RyeThePie,
the Mexican 760,
Why am I doing this?
William the Conqueror,
Thank you.